Convincing others, especially those with different views, can be quite challenging. Whether you're trying to close a business deal, convincing your boss to raise your pay, motivating your team members, or even trying to get your thoughts through your wife. These things need persuasion skills, and today's video, I'll be sharing with you 12 amazing psychology tricks you can use to persuade anyone. Welcome to Thrivetastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. 1. Explain why you're making the request. When you make a request, you can't really expect the other person to say yes without even knowing the reason. Unless of course that person trusts you unconditionally. But there are a lot of times that the request we make is directed to someone that we are not close with, or even to a stranger. In that case, it is more convincing if you tell the person for making such a request. For instance, you want to cut in line because you're trying to catch your flight. When you just say, "Can I cut in line?" people might think you're crazy, and they might get pissed off, but if you say, "Can I cut in line? I only have a few items and I'm almost late for my flight." Sounds better, right? 2. Use polite expressions. Please and thank you are magical phrases that you must learn to use when trying to convince others. As humans, we generally have raised and conditioned to respond positively to the use of these terms. We are more open to requests than instructions. After all, no one loves being told what to do. A smile and a please can do wonders. So, whenever you're trying to persuade someone to do something, use polite expressions. You might just get your wish granted. 3. Compliment. Never underestimate the power of compliments. They are quite effective in persuasion because when you command someone, they immediately become more open to hearing what you have to say. Furthermore, giving others compliments can change some of their existing assumptions about you. All you have to do is make sure your compliments are genuine and subtle. Complimenting somebody when you don't mean it will have the opposite effect. 4. Offer a drink. According to research, placing a warm drink in someone's hands can transfer feelings of warmth from you to them, giving them the impression that you are welcoming and a likable person, making persuasion more effective. 5. Be an active listener. One of the most important characteristics of great persuasive individuals is that they are great listeners. What is the significance of listening in persuasion? In persuasion, you're trying to sell your ideas or gain approval for your requests. But how do you persuade others to accept your requests? This is where listening comes in handy. Listening will assist you in understanding the individual you're trying to persuade. You will learn about some of the objections and concerns that may be about your requests. As a result, you will be able to communicate your ideas and requests in a more engaging manner. Remember, listening is more important than talking in the art of persuasion. 6. Use fluid speech. Persuasion requires self-confidence. When you speak with uncertain words in your sentences such as "like" or "I mean," you appear less confident about what you're talking about. People frequently view the fluidity in speech as confidence and authenticity. Simply put, the more confident you appear in your speech, the easier it will be to persuade people. 7. Talk faster. When you speak quickly, the person you're talking to must listen quickly enough to absorb and understand what you're saying. They won't have enough time to evaluate your points. Speaking more quickly will also help you appear more confident. When you communicate fast and smoothly, your listeners strongly believe that you know what you're talking about, whether subconsciously or consciously. As a result, they'll be more likely to listen to your reasons and grant your requests. 8. Repeat speech and action. Another psychological strategy for influencing individuals is to occasionally repeat their words and mimic their actions. When you repeat what someone has said back to them, it gives them the impression that you're paying attention, and they will feel more driven to communicate and listen to you. This can help you form a bond with them, and they will be more open to your requests as a result. This strategy has also been used by therapists and psychologists to try to persuade their patients to relax during their sessions with them. However, don't overdo it, or you'll come off as strange or odd, and you don't want that. 9. Nodding. If you want others to think you're paying attention and agreeing with them, nod. Another psychological trick that people frequently utilize while trying to persuade others is nodding. Nod sometimes during a conversation to confirm what the other person is saying. When you do this while talking, it will be tough for the audience not to nod in agreement. Subconsciously, they will become more accommodating and receptive to what you're saying. 10. Use reciprocation to create an obligation. Consider the following scenario. A neighbor gives you their lawnmower, or a coworker unexpectedly offers you a lead. What would your reaction be? I can guess how you'll feel. You'll be overwhelmed with gratitude and the sense that you owe someone something in return. When you do someone a favor, they sometimes feel forced to reciprocate it, especially if they were not expecting it at all. You should understand how to use this psychological trick to keep your relationships afloat. People will feel obligated to reciprocate if they feel in debt to you. And when you make your request, they will less likely to turn you down. 11. Use the contrasting technique. The contrasting technique is a powerful strategy that is frequently used in negotiations. It is a method in which you create requests that are substantially higher than what you genuinely want, and then progressively negotiate down to what you truly need. This strategy works on people because of the large disparity between the first and bargain for a desire. The other person would then think that the significantly cheaper price is relatively more ideal. 12. Use timing to your advantage. Another important tip is to learn to exploit timing to your advantage. If you observe individuals closely, you'll see that certain people are more amenable when they are mentally exhausted. When you have a request that you think someone might not agree to right away, watch the person closely and make the request just after they've completed a mentally challenging task. Even if you don't get a response right away, you'll be able to get the person to listen to your needs. It should be noted, however, that there is no guarantee. The success of this strategy is entirely dependent on the individual, but it never hurts to try. Now we are done with our list, but before we wrap up today's video, I want to ask you guys if you also believe that learning persuasion skills is important both professionally and in our personal lives. Please let us know your thoughts by writing what you think in the comment section below. Persuasion is essential for getting others to agree with your requests, but you must know when to stop. Persuasion is one thing and manipulation is another thing. Persuasion is always driven by good intentions, whereas manipulation is fueled by negative intentions. A manipulator disregards the limit. He or she will go to any length to persuade someone to agree with them, even if it means lying. When lies and half-truths are involved, you've entered into a manipulative territory, and nothing positive ever comes from it. Keep this in mind if you decide to use any of these psychological techniques. Thank you for watching this Thrivetastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrivetastic video for you to watch next.